You know, I really wish I can come to you all in a jovial mood, but I can't because once again, this society that seems to be degenerating by the day has outdone itself. It seems as though every time I come to you all, it's in a somber mood, or I'm delivering bad news, or I'm covering news that seems to be just bad stuff. And I don't actively go out and search horrible things to talk about. It seems to be plaguing across our world from different social media platforms, different news outlets, to our newsstands, to our TVs, to our cell phone notifications. It seems as though that the diet we have been fed as of late has been death and destruction and chaos. And it's not a good diet. I'm going to talk to you all today about several things. A lot of things have happened in the news the past few weeks. And we're going to talk about a term that I had just discovered, or maybe it was made up, or maybe we just haven't heard about it and it just came to our attention about missing white woman syndrome. That's right, you heard correctly. Missing white woman syndrome. Now, you may ask yourself, well, what is this? Even Wikipedia has it. And through Wikipedia, missing white woman syndrome is a term used by social scientists and media commentators to refer to the observed disproportionate media coverage, especially in television, of a person missing cases involving young, white, upper middle class women or girls compared to the relative lack of attention towards missing women who are not white women of the lower social classes and missing men or boys. Now you may say, just now, what are you talking about? Where is this coming from? I am certain that as of late, we've all seen the news of the missing YouTube young lady who was found dead, Gabby Petito. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Miss Gabby Petito, who was found dead on a hiking trail and last seen with her fiance. And by no means do I think, when it comes to a missing person or to missing children, should we first think about the person's race, color, or creed. When someone has gone missing or their whereabouts need to be questioned, if they somehow mysteriously vanished, we all need to treat that as a priority. Now, when this story broke and they found the young lady's body when she was last seen by her fiance, when it was last told to us that she was last seen with her boyfriend, Brian Laundrie, prior to her disappearance, a lot of people were saying that, well, hey, it's horrible that she's missing, but we have other cases of people missing who are not white. And that kind of struck a chord across America with people saying, you know what, you're right. It seems as though a female who is white, gets more coverage than a female who may not be white. Now, as you all know, that unfortunately Gabby, her remains were found, let's see, I believe it was in Utah, if I'm not mistaken, along a hiking expedition that she was with her fiance, and he returned home to Florida without her, and that's what sparked the question and concern as to, well, wait a minute, you left with her, and then you came back without her, what happened? And I'm pretty sure someone is going to correct me if I'm wrong. As a matter of fact, let's make sure I'm right. We're going to go and look and see exactly where her body was found, if you bear with me. If we're accurate, she was 22 years old when she died. Yes, she was body found inside Wyoming National Park. Okay, she was found in Wyoming National Park, and she actually was a YouTuber. She was on the platform. I'm assuming she had a pretty decent following, and she was telling her followers that, hey, me and my boyfriend, we're getting ready to go on this hiking expedition. We're getting ready to travel across America. She's going to probably post some really cool content of the different sites that we're getting ready to look at together. But unfortunately, she did not make it back and did not make it through her journey. In situations like this, and we have to be careful as to who we allow in our circle. We got to be careful as to who we allow ourselves to get close to. We have to start protecting our women, across the board. And trust me, I am getting to the missing white woman syndrome portion. Unfortunately, Gabby lost her life because she went with someone she trusted, who obviously, and we can't say that he's guilty of sin, he is a person of interest, but obviously she went on a trip with someone she trusted and they did not do enough to protect her, and it ultimately costed her her life. Now, moving forward, we have to be concerned that we start giving the same amount of coverage of missing women and children of every race, color, and creed whenever this happens. And I know you all may say that, hey, that's a lot to do, but damn it, it must be done. It's sad that we even have to have this conversation. I'm at a loss for words because I can't believe we're having this conversation. I can't believe that term was even being brought up, and social scientists said it was a real thing. That, yeah, sometimes that we do feel as though that the media, covers covers the disappearance of one race more than the other, and it's chilling. Now, since 2019, there have been more than 64,000 missing black women and girls in the United States. More than 64,000. So just think about that. 64,000 African American women and girls have gone missing since 2019. And it's gotten a little less than media coverage. So picture that in your mind. 64,000 vanished without a trace, or were found. When they were found, it was too late, they were dead. That's 64,000. Let that number resonate in your mind. That is the size of some small towns. So just imagine an entire town vanishing without a trace, or no one knowing what's happened to it. Or if you go to a town of 64,000 people, you get there, everyone's dead, and the media says nothing, and no one knows what happened. It's a little hard to fathom. But this is what the term, I'm assuming you to say, missing white woman syndrome comes from, because those 64,000 did not get the coverage as to one white woman. And again, far be it from me to pull the race card. I'm just giving you guys information. It could be that maybe Gabby was, uploading content saying we're going to do this, that, and third, and then her followers realized, hey, this didn't happen. Let's make a report. Or her parents jumped in and said, this is not right. Something's awry. Something smells fishy. Excuse me. And you know what? We could even go further back, about 25, 26 years ago. If you grew up in the 90s, if you remember this, you remember the JonBenet Ramsey story. The young lady, the little girl who was in beauty pageants in Colorado and was somehow killed in her home, and no one knew anything. The entire country, felt bad, and as they should, because here we go. This beautiful baby girl was killed inside of a home that no one has an explanation for. None. I think anytime a child is harmed, America should stand up and come to that child's defense and try to find the child. And don't worry, I'm getting to the children in this one too. But how are we not bothered by this? How is this just setting right with us as a community and as a society as to where we're going to cover one demographic when it comes to missing women versus another demographic when it comes to missing women? See, we can even go further back. Lakeisha Harris was shot and killed in 1991, which was the spark, one of the catalyst sparks of the LA riots. 15-year-old girl. See, we all know about the Rodney King incident, but Lakeisha Harris walked inside of a convenience store, minding her business. I believe she was going to buy some juice and was killed by an Asian woman because that woman thought that Lakeisha was in there to do some harm, so she shot Lakeisha. 15 years old. Some of us may know about this because we care to do the research. Others, it may be foreign to us. But also, that area that Gabby's body was found, was also the same area where thousands and thousands of Native American women have gone missing as well. See, we got to keep ourselves abreast on things like this. We have to keep ourselves informed. That way, these horrible things, it's impossible to stop it all, but we can prevent these things becoming so common. This should not be second nature. We should not be acclimated to something like this. And let's not think it's just the ladies that go missing and they don't get coverage either. Our young black men and young black boys and boys of color don't get coverage either. See, recently, Jelani Day, a grad student, went missing and his body was found in the Illinois River. See, again, a grad student, 25 years old. He had been reporting missing since August 25th, and most recently, his body was found, if I'm not mistaken, fully clothed in the Illinois River. See, these things don't add up to me. His body was found on September 4th in the Illinois River. And LaSalle County positively identified the body as Day using DNA testing and comparison. The cause of death is currently unknown pending further investigation and toxicology testing. See, I have questions. I will start asking his friends, teachers, work associates, checking the social media if they can find that as to what led up to this. Because I doubt very few people jump inside of a river knowing they can't swim. See, these coverages need to happen. We need to look out for one another. And also, I expect to see Tamika Mallory front and center for something like this. I expect to see Black Lives Matter front and center to add up to something like this. If you want to do it, don't do it when the cameras are on. Do it when someone needs you as well. See, that's my take on it, because I've always believed there's a difference between the idea of Black Lives Matter and the organization Black Lives Matter. So, once again, he had been missing since August. Body wasn't found until September, and you didn't hear about it until after we started putting pressure on the media saying, hey, this needs attention too. Moving forward, and this one's going to hit hard. When it comes to our children, I know we have grown men and grown women that come up missing and we don't cover it. And when it does get covered, it's too late and it's hard to digest. But at the end of the day, sadly, some of us, we move on. The media moves on. But when it comes to children and babies, it's just something I can't take. I can't stomach. See, the body of a missing 2-year-old girl out of Baton Rouge was found today in Mississippi. 2 years old. Nevaeh Allen out of Baton Rouge, 2 years old. Body found dead in Mississippi. That's just 24 months. 24 months. And if I'm not mistaken, we just discussed a video of another baby whose life was taken prematurely. And not even 2 weeks later, here I am talking to you all about a 2-year-old baby girl found dead in Mississippi, snatched away from her home, so to speak. She went missing during a nap, and the prime suspect is her stepfather. Now, hopefully this would have gained coverage with or without any kind of social media pressure from the catalyst of missing white woman syndrome. We have to start protecting our women and children. I'm getting tired of every time I open my cell phone, open the newspaper, walk by a newsstand, or go to the gym, it's a missing person report. It's a teenage girl been missing for 2 to 3 weeks. It's a teenage boy been missing for a month. It's a baby that can't even, change his own diaper, go to the bathroom himself, has been mysteriously missing for the past 5 days and was last seen taking a nap. There's no excuse for something like this. We, and me personally, when it comes to missing children, I can't tell agencies what to do in their city, but when it comes to missing children, it would be a shutdown. Shut down those highways. Shut down those freeways. Close the tolls. No one's going anywhere till we find this child. That may be next to impossible to do, but let's be real. We were actually shutting down, not highways and freeways, but they were actually blocking you from flying and leaving your homes for a airborne virus. So why can't we take the same precautions when it comes to children? See, when things like this get discussed, it needs to set off a fire inside your belly. Something inside you should be like, you know what, this just ain't right. You every time you turn around, there's like a hashtag or cancel culture calling for the cancellation for something somebody said. We need to put that same energy into helping finding these missing boys and girls, these missing men and women, protecting these babies. I don't care, how some of you all may feel about me out there. I don't care if you guys even like me. But if there's any video that you watch, that you share, do this one. Reason being is because we have to get the message out there that some horrible things are happening. There seems to be an evil unleashed upon this society to where we're just snatching lives and we're not taking lives seriously. No one appreciates life anymore or has respect for life. A woman that she thought she can travel with a man she trusts and potentially spend the rest of her life with, gone. Young man is a grad student, hanging out with some friends that he thought, hey, we're going to walk across the stage together. We're going to go ahead and do good things together. Gone. 2-year-old taking a nap. Last thing she probably said was, Mama, I'm tired. Snatched. Suspected by her stepfather. Never to wake up again. Her body was found dead in an entire other state. Let that mellow in your mind. Let that sink into your mind as to what this world is coming to. This should not be the norm. We should not be desensitized to something like this. I'm going to end this video now, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button and get this message out there so we can put a halt to these type of travesties. Take care of yourselves. Excellence over excuses.